Alright, now let's do another exercise, and this is gonna be exercise number 30, and we are practicing how to use this function instead of just writing this chunk of code, this one for loop, which we did like last time. Now I'm trying to put everything, to encapsulate everything on this function, and then call the function on the main method. So I'm going to write another class, and this class is going to be named class ex31, and I'm gonna pick this main method here, and I'm going to write a function now because I want to concentrate on writing a method, and then this method I'll later on try to call it here. And I'm just going to write a method, maybe let's say get a pentagonal number or something like that. So let's write this function first, and it's going to be actually function and method is the same thing, but just because I have been using a method to Java and also function to most of the time I'm using function on C++, so I get used to both of them, so that's why I'm mixing all the time function and method. So I'm going to write the method public static int get let's say get pentagonal number, and I'm going to pass a data type which is going to be int. It's going to receive int, and then in our curly brackets we need to return something. I'm going to write a formula here, just formula, which is n times brackets 3 times n, 3 times n, and then we divide the whole thing by 2, divide by 2. So what we are trying to do here is that we are saying accept this data type and return this. So whatever comes in here, just do the calculation and then return wherever this method is called. So if I'm going to call this method here, it's going to do this calculation for us. So this is the beauty of our function. So it's just it's like a handle or module, which is that you can just call it at anywhere. You do whatever you like here with this function. So whenever you need it in your program or wherever, so you just call this function which will return this. So I'm going to do this here, and here let's say I want to loop from 1 to 100. So let's type a loop here, for loop, and it's going to be int I. So normally you have to start with the data type, and we initialize by 1, and then I is going to be less or equal to 100, and then we loop by 1, then we put I plus plus. Okay, and then we are gonna say if, let's say if I remainder of 10 is equal to 0, then we want to print sysout. Want to print let's say I want to print this, so I want to get this function here, so I'll just say get, then I pass I here. So this number here, when this function or this method is called, it's going to pass this number here, and this number is going to return used to this calculation, and this method will return whatever you like to this. Okay, and then I'm saying else let's print system.out.print, and this time I want to print print two numbers, so to print this and this together, so I have to use printf. And here, this method or this function printf, it takes the first it has to be string, and you have to specify with percentage, and this percentage sign you have to pull like the space you like. Let's say I want 10, and you specify it's a digit. The number that's what we want to put here is a number, so it should be a digit here, D, and space, and this percentage. And then here you have to pass the, because this just is like specify, so you have to pass whatever you want to pass else. So I can just pass the get get pentagon, excuse me, get pentagon, and then we pass the I here. So a number is that when you divide by 10 you get 0, it's going to be printed here, and this one is going to be printed here parallel. So that's why I have to use this. Sorry. So the space is going to be 10. This 10 is stand for only space between this and this, because it's going to be parallel. And then if you save and you run, you see what's going on here. You see? So let's say if I want to use a little bit more complex code, which I like to use most of the time, I want to use this one. I'll use the object here. I can use object and pass new, which is object array, and basically you put curly brackets as when you're creating an array. I know maybe you haven't learned about arrays, but I'm just showing you here for those of you who have what is array. So within array, I'm going to use the class called integer, because I'm dealing with integer, and I'm gonna call the function called value of, and within the function of we need to pass the I, which I is the get pentagon, so you pass get pentagon here, and then within a get pentagonal number you pass I, so you get the same. If you save and run, let's see here, something is not right, because you cannot put the semicolon here again, because we have the semicolon here. So you save and then you run and you get the same reply. So this is a little bit more complex way of, because sometimes I like to use the object most of the time, but you can just pass the main method that I just what I did. So thank you guys, and remember, subscribe. Bye.